Hello, my friends. Welcome to Chord Dave Live number 96. It's Saturday night because this is what we do. We gather on a Saturday night, we chat about guitars and all kinds of things. It's great to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. It's great to see you all. And yeah, it's Saturday night, so let's have a beer. Sláinte. I'm sure tea is here, so at some point we'll talk about what just happened. But until then, until tea brings it up, let's keep it on the down low. But yeah, hope you're all doing well, my friends. It's been a good one this week. We've had lots of guitar stuff happen. We've had some bullshit rumors floating around, so we'll address those, I suppose. And we'll see how we get on. Hope you can join us. And if it's your first Chord Dave Live, make sure you say hello to us. That's very important. You got to be subscribed. You got to wait 1 minute after you subscribe, and then you can chat to us. So let's talk about guitars and things. Anything that you want to talk about. Keep it clean-ish. Maybe we'll see what happens. Scott Bogwood is here. Says cheers. All good to see you, Scott. Thanks for dropping in as always. Rob F as well. Great to see you, Rob. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let me see. T is here and says, rugby on again, some game, beer going down well. It was a good game. We'll talk about it later. Todd doesn't like us talking about sports, so we'll try and keep the rugby chat to a minimum. But yeah, great to see you, T. Hope you're doing okay after that. It was interesting. Just in case you're wondering, guys, the chat does open up about 9 p.m. Irish time, which means you get about an hour before the show starts to pop in your comments or say hello or do whatever you want to do. But we have a group of folks who join us early every week, which is great to see. And it also helps the chat get going right from the start. What have we got? Rob says, hello, Dave. Hope you're having a good Saturday. It's not the worst I've had lately. So yeah, I do appreciate that, Rob. Thank you. Hope you're having a good one, sir. T says, Ireland, New Zealand quarterfinals. We're down 7 points, but we still have time. Well, it was a great game, and it went right to the wire, and it was so close. But yeah, New Zealand did snip it at the end. Great game. Hard stopping stuff indeed. Rob was rooting for Ireland. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Let me see what else we got. Richard Clark is here. Great to see you, Richard. Hope you're well, man. T says, I'll leave Dave sort you out, Scott. She gets in. I'm not going to click on that link. I'll just let him away with it. He's got a few points in the bag, so we'll be all right. Rob says, I keep waiting for one of the Python twists to show Mr. Gumby. I presume that's in that video. Have no idea what that was. T says 17 minutes left. If you can find the channel, it's worth watching. Yeah, well, it was. From that point on, it got exciting. 1 point in it now. Yeah, that's what happened. Scott reminding everyone that if you're new, you have to subscribe. Wait a minute, and then you can chat in the best chat on YouTube. I don't know if you guys saw the big news that happened this week. Our official band of the Chord Dave community, Steel Panther, released a new official video, which was very fun, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, check that out. It's on their official YouTube page if you want to join it there. Cool dudes, and I like them, and their music is very fun. Rob says, found it but not subscribed to Peacock. Sorry, T, not going to subscribe just for the game. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, Rob. We get you. It's fine. I'm sure there'll be plenty of highlights packages from what was a really good game of rugby on the internet if you want to look it up at some point. Ryan Byrne is here. Great to see you, Ryan. Hope you're well, my friend. T says, not worth it for 10 minutes, but good on you for trying, my friend. Absolutely. Ryan says, I'm just watching the highlights. There you go. And let me see. We usually get all Euro sports events here on cable, but couldn't find this. There was people in Ireland couldn't find it because it was on Virgin Media and they expected it to be on RTE. There you go. NBC has rights to the World Rugby Championship games here in the US, so they want me to pay. Yeah, it's not definitely not worth it for 10 minutes of a game. Baltimore was crushed by Texas in the first round of the baseball playoffs. 3-0. At least they won their division this year. First time in decades. I mean, again, we're running the risk. Todd's going to be angry with us talking about all this sports. T says, I had 3 beers, 4 heart attacks and an aneurysm. The last 2 aren't names of shots. Yeah, it was getting that close. Right, so yeah, same here. Twitter has highlights and live scores on a 5-minute lag. It's good enough. Usually we get sports with no commentary. 24-28 it seems. I think that was the actual final score as well. There says Scott, and like you guys are just going through the game basically. I'm just going to skip the rest of the stuff about the game because we lost at the end of the day. So yeah, no, not much point in holding on to it, but I will say it was a great game, and good luck to New Zealand and the rest of the competition. I thought it was a great advertisement for rugby. If you never watched rugby before, and you watch that game, you'd watch another one. I guarantee that. So let me see, what else have we got? Probably paid the refs. Well, the ref was English. I'm not suggesting he purposely chose to make Ireland lose, but there was a couple of decisions that were close, but he also sent off or yellow carded a couple of their players and didn't do that with any Irish players and stuff like this. Wish them the best luck. It's hard when we just lose, but wish them the best luck going forward. Hopefully, we get another chance in the next one. So, hey, it's all good. But yeah, bribery all the way. Chris McCoburg says, "Hi, I'm drunk. Just going to get out of the way. Hot dogs, all beef, sludge." Well, Chris, we love having you here, man. And drunk or sober or not drunk or whatever, you still make us hungry with the all beef hot dogs. Good stuff, man. Sludge to you, sir. Where are we now? Rob says, "Hello, Chris. I'm just starting on bourbon." There you go. Nothing wrong with a bit of bourbon on a Saturday. Why not? Cushman's here. Great to see you, Cushman. Hope you're doing well, my friend. DMAC as well. Great to see you, DMAC. Hope all's good with you. Who else have we got in the chat? Jess, great to see you, Jess. Hope you're well. Don't know if you saw my post in the Facebook group, but Piers Andertons are selling off those Adam Jones things you were looking at for $8.99. I'm not sure it's the one you want, though. I think it's just the new Sensations one, or the newest Sensations one, with a new Adam Jones expected to drop any week now. Unlike something else that's not expected to drop, but probably will now that I've said it's not going to. William Forrest is here. Great to see you, William. Hope you're well, my friend. Always great to see you in the chat here on a Saturday for us. Who else? Happy Drink Day, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. I like that. Especially the way things have been going lately. Happy Drink Day is very worth tagging on to. DMAC says, "Question for Dave or anyone, what's some recommendations for sites or things to do in downtown Dublin?" Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sure some people will have some great tips for you. We have some really good museums in Dublin. I'm not in Dublin, but I've been to them. About 8 years ago, my at the time American girlfriend came to Ireland for the first time, and I had a lot of fun bringing her to some touristy places such as the Guinness Brewery and other place. There was a leprechaun museum. I don't know if that's still there, but that was kind of a funny thing to go to. We just went around different places in Dublin like that. I would say, yeah, example, Dublin hospitality. Yes, go to the pubs and the traditional music sessions and all that kind of crack. There are parts of Dublin to steer clear of for that kind of thing, because number one, tourists will get ripped off and real Irish people don't go there. So that's what you want to look for. Is there real Irish people here? If so, you'll be fine. If not, you're probably getting ripped off. I challenge you to learn something new about Ireland that you didn't know before, about Irish history. That will take you down some good roads, I think, if you do that. So yeah, let's see what other people pop in there, and I'll try and remember some things. I haven't been to Dublin in years. So my number one tip, if you're going to Dublin, is go somewhere other than Dublin in the country. Yeah, go to Wexford. That's where I live. It's brilliant. I'll show you around. Some nice places in Wexford. When are you going to Dublin, by the way? That'll be interesting to find out. And that'll depend on what you can do, because there's lots of different events, different times of years and stuff like that. Let me see. Chris from Coburg says, "Oh, geez, drunk typing. This should be fun." Hey, man, that's all good. I do that at work. I'm just kidding. If anyone from my job is here, I'm never drunk when I'm typing. I just really bad at typing. DMX has never been to Dublin, but one would hope the pub scene each evening would be well worth one's time. Indeed. And listen, there are some great places in Dublin to go for pub culture, pub scene. There's always something going on, lots of music and stuff like that. Down at places like Temple Bar is a notoriously terrible place. You'll pay ridiculous money, at least double what you should be paying for everything, and it's not authentic. So not authentic. It may as well be a Gibson guitar. Apparently, from a quick Google search, going to the Temple Bar and taking a bus. Don't go to Temple Bar. 100%. I mean, walk through it. Don't go to any pubs or anything in there. You go through Temple Bar, you'll see Rory Gallagher Street. Is it Rory Gallagher Street? And like there's a guitar up on the wall and stuff like that. Some cool walking things to see there, but don't go into any of the pubs there. They're all rip-offs. Uh, most of them are in that area anyway. Kirsten Coburg says, I'm on the PBRs in BC. Good God, bud. Cool, man. That's cool. It's not the Rolling Rock, so I'm not the only one who couldn't get it this week. Ryan says, don't bother with Temple Bar. Yeah, it's massive. It's one of those big tourist traps. You just don't want to go there. Rob says, one of my favorite things to do in any European city is check out the local pubs near my hotel each night. That's a fun one. Yeah, if it's nearby, you can walk back to it. It's all good. For Temple Bar, Ryan says it's all Americans there and triple priced everything. Yeah, it's a massive tourist trap. Temple Bar. I would not go there. Scott says, so just get the bus then. Yeah, get the bus. Why not? It's a full on experience getting the bus in Dublin. You could get the Lewis, which is a tram that runs around Dublin, and that's I'm pretty sure if I remember my Irish lessons correctly, Lewis means speed, right? Yeah, so we got a tram system called Speed. Very good. Scott Brower's here. Great to see you, Scott. Hope you're well, my friend. Always good to see you. Hope you have a good evening here. William Farr says McConnell's Bar. There's a there's a channel on YouTube. Used to be called Guinness Guru, but he's recently changed it to Dara Curran. I want to say Dara Curran, and just look up Guinness Guru on YouTube. I think you'll still find some of his videos, and he goes through like the best pubs all throughout Dublin, all throughout the country, and abroad as well. But he's got some. I mean, if you're looking for pubs, he'll point you in the direction of the best one to go to. I haven't been in Dublin for so long. I could tell you to go to a specific pub, and it might not exist anymore. So, uh, we will. But yeah, let me know definitely for sure a bit closer to your trip, and I'll definitely point you in some directions. Absolutely. Ryan says most of the best stuff is outside the city. That's true. The Cliffs is kind of a must see. It's pretty cool too. Galway is a better city to walk around, in my opinion. Galway is a beautiful city. Really nice city. I haven't been there in a long time either, but yeah, Galway is a fantastic place to go. I would say Dublin's fine, but there's so much more to Ireland than Dublin, and just remember that if you're coming here, it's a one time only thing, a once in a lifetime trip to Ireland. Try and fit in more than just Dublin. Because some great things outside of Dublin. Jess says DMAC Dublin has a good prison museum. Yeah, because we're all convicts. Not as much as other countries, of course, but yes, that is true. And a very large zoo. Not sure I'm selling it from those sites. The zoo is an interesting one, the Phoenix Park. The president lives in the Phoenix Park, quite close to the zoo, in Áras an Uachtaráin. So you could I mean, I wouldn't advise going up and knocking on his door, but he's only a little man. He's only tiny. So, yeah, he won't scare easily, though, I don't think. Scott Brower says, hit the like, everybody. Yeah, hitting the like is an interesting one. And anyone new here, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. Wait for 1 minute and then say hello to us. If it's your first Chord Dave live, make sure to say hello. Because we have, some stuff going on. In the chat here, Chris says, I'm Trailer Park Boys level drunk. I mean, try harder, sir. Try harder. Asteroid Cumming says 1451. Sir, that's your pin code. I don't think you should reveal that to the world on a YouTube chat, but thank you, sir, for joining us. T says, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Guys, thanks indeed. Jess says, if you get away from main touristy bit, the bars/pubs are great. That's true. Yeah, Central City, there's still some great pubs in there, but there's an awful lot of touristy spots that are just, yeah, they're not. How you tell, right? Walk in somewhere, just get the vibe of it. If there's not more Irish people than non-Irish people, then go somewhere else, because you'll get a better vibe where there's more Irish people. And there'll still be good crack to be had, music to be played, all that sort of stuff. You will have a good time in Dublin if you just stay away from the touristy spots. The touristy spots are fine, but you will get ripped off, and it's not really a real authentic Dublin experience or Irish experience. Uh, so yeah, anyway, but let me know. I'll point you in directions. Ben Allmark's here. Great to see you, Ben. Hope you're well, my friend. Let me see. What else have we got? Howth is a nice place too. Howth is a nice place. Yeah, nice beach and everything there. For those of you who want to see a beach in Dublin, see how the Irish do a beach. There's a better one where I live, but there you go. Chris from Coburg says 4 more episodes until episode 100. Yeah, that's true. We have, let me see, yeah, 97, 98, 99, and then the big one, where, you know, see how long we can drag that out for. Nella's here. Great to see you, Nella. Hope you're having a good evening, sir. And thanks for joining us. Matt Van Bosch is here too. Always great to have Matt in the chat with us. Hope you're doing well, Matt. It's awesome. Richard says, I presume that's German. I don't know. Hoth, nichte it. I don't know what that. I'm not sure what to say there. I better be careful. Let me see. What else have we got? Jess says, I've only been to Dublin once and somebody dropped a suitcase on my foot on the bus from the airport. I sleepwalked for the first time in my life and woke up in another girl's bed after talking about umbrellas. That is actually a traditional Irish experience. Jess, that happens a lot of people when they come to Dublin for the first time. You sleepwalk for the first time and end up in another girl's bed. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a cultural thing. But yeah, you know, as long as you were both okay with it, I think that's fine. So there we go. Great experience. Yeah. Sorry about your foot. I didn't intend to do that. It just happened. Also, it wasn't me, I promise. So there you go. Great stuff. Did somebody say Glenn is here? They did. Glenn Bailey says, hello, family. Hello, Glenn. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Work is looking like it's moving on that DIY project you're doing. Which, guys, I should mention, if you don't know, we have a Facebook page. You can find a link to it in the description below. Some of the coolest people in the group are over there on Facebook posting stuff. People like Corey and Glenn and, I don't know, Marsha and Ryan. And I don't want to miss anyone out, but my mind has gone blank. All the cool people are over there. So join the Facebook group with the link in the description there, and you can see what I'm talking about. Glenn is working on a DIY project for our DIY guitar kit build contest. Kind of contest. Look, just do it. See what happens. You might win a prize. Nothing big. They're not giving away guitars or nothing, but you might get a book or a poster or something. Who knows? We've given away things on the channel before. It's been a while. Let's do a little one because there's not enough coming out on the channel at the minute to do a big giveaway, so we'll just do a little one. Speaking of giveaways, if you want to see a cool guitar we gave away, and I know a lot of you know this, but there's new people here. Let's deal with them. Scott Bogfoot did a great video this week about the SG that he won on this channel, which was cool, and he plays some interesting licks and everything, some very cool stuff there. So if you want to check out a guitar that was won on this channel and the story of how that happened, head over to Scott Bogfoot's channel after the live stream, of course, or any time this week and watch his video, which he goes into good detail. It was very cool. And thanks, Scott, for making that video. I appreciate it, man. Let me see. Anyway, yes, I was just meant to say, hey, to Glenn, check out his guitar. It's a very cool guitar he's working on, even if it is an amalgamation of the two things I would not put together. But hey, I know what he's doing. He's trying to win some prizes. We'll see. Let me see. I've got a load of stuff just dropped in on top of me here. Where are we going? There we go. No, still not there. All right. So yeah, just in case you're not aware, what happens every week is I go along reading stuff, I get to a certain point, and then boom, YouTube drops a shitload more comments into my streaming platform, and I lose my place. Happens like about 6 times in the show. So yeah, well, let's get through it as best we can. Right, let's see. We'll talk about some guitar stuff that happened this week as well in a few moments, and get through all of that. But so if you've got anything you want to talk about, drop it in the comments. We'll see what we can discuss. Scott says, humbuckers with piezoelectric pickups inside. Has that been done? Off the top of my head, I don't know. Maybe somebody will know if it has or not. So let's find out. Let me see. Larry D. Fox is here. He said, what's up? Great to see you, Larry. Hope you're well, my friend. Thanks for coming back to us yet again. Always good to see you there in the chat. What came up there? Oh, okay. Matt Van Bosch says, Rolling Rock chat already. Dave, ignore Tom Bukovic and release a TCD Rolling Rock Esquire t-shirt for Christmas. I want one. Sir, I tell me what you want. Send me by email. Email's in the bottom of the description of all the videos. Send me design ideas. Absolutely, I'm up for listening to those ideas, and maybe someday I'll be bored enough to actually put them into the thing that sells the t-shirts. Life's crazy right now, so who knows when I'll get time to do anything. But I like it, Matt. I like the idea. Maybe that's a road we could go to. I haven't changed the t-shirt designs in a while, so because the ones that we have now are selling so well. I think one person has bought one, so there you go. Maybe two. I also don't tend to check Teespring that often, so I don't know how many sales we have. We could have sold 1,000 of them right now in the last month, and I wouldn't know about it. So that'd be a nice surprise. But I know that's not happening. Because if that was happening, they'd send me an email saying you're like our top seller. Glenn Bailey said, did anyone see those new Gibson mandolin master build? Very nice. I wish they could pay that much attention to other instruments. What do you mean, Glenn? What do you mean? Gibson paid that much attention to all their instruments. They have quality control steps all along the way. You get a little card where they check off everything. They don't just draw a line straight through them all, you know. Anyways, Chris McCormick says, on the topic of sports, go Habs go. That's hockey for those who don't know. I had no idea. If you did not tell me that was hockey, I would have had no idea. But yes, go Habs. Don't know what city they're from. If they're Canadian or American, I presume Canadian because you're Canadian, or from Canada. I shouldn't assume Canadianness, but you're probably. Anyway, Rob says, LP news. Dylan unboxed my Epi LP on a Monday video. Dylan Talks Tone channel. Looks even better than in Sweetwater's photos. This week, I expect a detailed review of Sweetwater's setup. Very cool, sir. I hope you enjoy that. I haven't seen him unbox. If he unboxed that on his channel this week, I haven't seen it. I don't watch Dylan a lot, but when I do, yeah, he does content. Ryan says, yeah, Glenn, I saw that. They look great. The mandolins. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, mandolins are cool for 3 songs. You know the 3 I'm talking about. Cushman says, cool glass, Dave. Thanks, sir. Yes, my San Miguel glass. San Miguel has a special place in my heart because of my time traveling in Asia with some of my best friends in the world. We had some great times out there. There's more planned for the future depending on how things go. And yeah, this glass is brand new, literally out of the box today, but it shall bring me many moments of joy on live streams when I'm trying to pretend to be classy. Pretend being the optimal word there. Thanks, Cushman, for noticing the cool glass. Because I'm at an age now where cool glasses impress me and make me buy beers that come with free glasses. DMAC says to Rob, cool, didn't know there was that was your guitar on Dylan's channel. Indeed. Yeah, I think we had pre-warning, but I did forget about it myself, let's be honest. Matt says, Glenn, those mandolins look cool. And Richard says the price on those new art guitars is just going to keep tanking. I mean, $8.99 for a guitar that currently, I'm not sure what they're going for in the UK. Is it $14.99? Maybe $13.99? There's £500 or £600 because it's in the UK with Andertons off. That's a huge amount to be able to take off a guitar of that kind of price range to begin with. So it kind of shows you how much of a margin is on them. And I mean, look, I'm not allowed apparently give out about Epiphone pricing in live streams. People give me shit for it, so saying that I can't afford Epiphones. So what's the problem? I should go buy, I don't know, Harley Bentons or something. It's by owning Epiphones and Gibsons and so forth. So anyway, it's fine. I don't care what people say, but yeah, if you can take £500-600, which is what, $700-800 off the price of a guitar, your guitar is too expensive to begin with. It's priced too high. There shouldn't be that much of a margin on it. Have a margin, just not that high. And bear in mind, they're not selling them at a loss. So there's still margin to go. That's making enough of a profit for them to be like, let's do it. They're not going to sell them for cost price. So just that's all. Not going to say anything else about it. Glenn says, Ryan, I agree. They are nice. T says, I've gone off the Gibson Supremes. The old ones look better. I like the new ones. I think the tops on them are really cool. Really cool. Um, the headstock thing, I'm not sure I'm sold on just yet, but I'm sure if I owned one, I'd like it a lot better. It's a more modern thing. For me, the Supreme headstock inlay the world with the Supreme thing on it. I never liked that. I thought it was a bit gaudy and a little bit tacky. And I'm sorry if that offends anybody. I just didn't like it. If you liked it, that's cool. I think the new one's a kind of a new modern approach, and I like that, but I'm not sure it's right yet. I don't know. It's not bad. Let's put it that way. I think it's not bad. There was a photo that went around. I think I shared it as well, and there was a bit of red like drawn on it with just a marker or something. To me, that looked way better. Just that little bit of red. If the inlays themselves were actually surrounded with red, I don't know how you do that, but if they were able to do it, would have looked super cool. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, Ryan I know has one, so let's see what Ryan thinks. I'm sure he enjoys it because it's a cool guitar. And for the money, because Supremes it's cheaper than the last round of Supremes, I'm pretty sure. So that's good. Let me see. Jess says, Dave, waiting for the Heffernan to hopefully drop too. Thanks for looking out. You're welcome. Yeah, when I saw the price drop, Jess, my first thought was, I hope Jess sees the price because that's a good price for him. I think that's actually the price they should be selling at. But that was my first thought. I hope that you saw it. And yeah, if I do see the Heffernan, so join our Facebook group if you're on Facebook so that we can tell you. Because I'll pop it up there if I do see it. I'm sure you can check the Andertons website as well yourself, though. But I like to pretend I'm important. Pretend being the optimal word. Once again, Ryan says, I bought my GF to Dublin last year. We took separate planes home and haven't spoken since. All right. Well, there's a story there. And Ireland can do that to some people. Let's just be honest. Last time I saw my most recent girlfriend was at Dublin Airport also. And she hasn't come back yet. So, there you go. It's a little Irish story. Irish American story. But there you go. But hey, Ryan, you know what? Bringing someone to Ireland is always a great way to get rid of them and keep them. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But I hope all's good with you, sir, about that. Scott says that's a good title for a a book of short stories. My then American girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, that many a story could begin with that. To be honest, all good and positive because I never talk negatively about people who don't work for Gibson. You ever kissed the Blarney Stone? My knees hurt asking, you ever kissed the Blarney Stone? No, sir, I have not. And I don't think anyone, I mean, hey, listen, it's a touristy thing. I don't encourage it. Kind of people who are kissing that? All kinds of people. Yeah. Although they do disinfect it after each kiss now. Still. Ben Allmark says, Dave, you don't mind me asking, how did you meet your American girlfriend? I'm curious. By being in America, sir. Bumping into somebody and got talking. Yeah. So that's it. It wasn't a magical thing. Just, well, I suppose it was. But yeah, that's all. Just walked into a place and bumped into each other and started talking. There you go. The old romantic story of all time. Sorry, at the time, American girlfriend. It's awful. It's all good. I mean, I don't think she has too many negative things to say about me and vice versa. Rob says, Ryan Byrne, so you're telling me not to visit Dublin with beautiful wife. No, only bring terrible wife. Don't bring beautiful wife, bring terrible wife. Just in case, because beautiful wife will be stolen by a charismatic Irishman. That's usually what happens. No, sir, I'm just kidding. We don't do that. We might do that. Ryan says, I'm going back in spring. Cool. Maybe we will have an Irish Chord Dave community meetup. We get everybody to go. Just jumping in on your vacation if you don't mind. My knees hurt this year. Great to see you. My knees hurt, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Let me see. Atvo says, I got the Iomi SG Special. Is it rosewood fretboard or Indian laurel? I can't think off the top of my head. Atvo, let me see. Let me look it up for you and see. I do have notes on that somewhere. Epiphone. Presume it's the Epiphone. Iomi SG specs. That isn't there. It's that one, is it? All right, let's open up this file, see what it says. It is a... No, not there. On the neck, we are looking at laurel. Indian laurel with cream binding is what you should have there. So with a rounded Iomi C as the profile on it. So there you go. Now, let's go. Oh, hang on. Yay. I thought I'd messed everything up for the stream. I hadn't. It's all good. But there you go. Yeah, it is an Indian laurel fretboard on there. No, I don't think there's anything too bad with Indian laurel. Rosewood is slightly better. There's nothing terrible about the other. My knees hurt says, go find Bono and kick him in the shins. Everyone enjoys that. A bit of Bono bashing at times. You can find U2 usually just busking on the streets of O'Connell Street. Or somewhere around that area. Go see the Long Room at Trinity College. Actually, you just come to me there for, I don't know why Bono made me think of that. The Long Room in Trinity College is a big library that's like, I don't know, hundreds of years old. It's really fantastic and fascinating to see. So you should go there. Let me see. Muddy H2O says in a super chat for $5. Thank you, sir. You know we love you. That's all we need to say. Everyone here loves you, except for, well, we won't go into that. Would love to know how there are 10-pound Supremes considering they have ultra modern weight relief. Well, they started at 19 pounds, so they took out 9 pounds. That's how, I think. Yeah, God knows. Maybe they're just using heavier mahogany than normal, which means it's not dried out enough. But hey, yeah, I don't know. That's actually a very interesting question. Ultra modern weight relief should bring it down to like around, I don't know, high 7. It's maybe 7.5. Well, higher than 7.5, but maybe, yeah, maybe just somewhere between 7.5, 8 pounds, maybe 8 pounds, 8.5. I don't really know. But yeah, it's a great question. We should ask Cesar. Cesar, please come on the show and talk to us. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know. But thanks for the super chat, sir. I do love you very much. DMAX says, forgot to mention I was asking for my wife. She's a flight attendant and has a day in Dublin on a pairing. All right, if you're just in Dublin she's just in Dublin for the day. Some interesting stuff is with the Long Room in Trinity College is a great one to do. Probably not going to be drinking then in that case, so the pub culture or the pub thing's not a great thing to do. Dublin Zoo is a bit of fun, although it's got all the same animals that any other zoo pretty much would have, but you get to hear Irish accents. Just the vibe downtown. There's some great parks and stuff like that. Stephen's Green Park, and I don't think they call it Stephen's Green Park, but Stephen's Green is an interesting place to go. Yeah, I don't know, really, in that case, it was just one day. Oh, we'd have to have a look at some things for you a little bit closer to the time. Again, when my former American girlfriend came over, that time it took me a little bit of like investigating, because I found at that time we don't really know the touristy things in our own country. So the things that people would like to do here probably different to what I would like to do and so forth, like get the hell out of Dublin. That's a whole other story. Manizard says, I went to Ireland and didn't even get drunk. Sir, I don't even think that's legal. I think they check you at the airport to see if you've got drunk, and if you haven't, then they get you a load of points in the bar at the airport. So there you go. T says, Dingle is a good town, used to be good music this time of year, but haven't been back in a while. Dingle is a good bit of crack, actually. Again, haven't been out to the West in a long time, so yeah, maybe soon, maybe a Christmas trip, who knows. Just talk of some interesting Christmas trips with some pals of mine coming up. places in the country. Dublin's been mentioned, of course, because it always gets mentioned. Cork might happen. Waterford's a great city, actually. If you do come to Ireland, Waterford's brilliant. I do enjoy it down there. Advu says, thanks, got it second hand. It's so thin. SG or neckwise. SGs are great. And once you get used to them, second to none. Richard says, I can get drunk at home. I don't want to waste my time when I'm traveling. It's a legitimate part of having the crack in Ireland. But no, you don't have to get drunk. Absolutely. Have a couple of drinks and enjoy yourself. Some really good like whiskey distillery tours and stuff have popped up as well. Those are always fun. The Guinness Storehouse, I think they call it. That is actually a nice touristy trap thing, but it is an interesting and good thing to go on. I enjoyed myself there anyway. It might have something to do with they give you Guinness to drink when you go around, but yeah, it was fun. I liked it. Matt van Bosch says, Dave, agreed, Temple Bar is a joke. It's bullshit, man. I mean, I've seen people charge literally 3 times the price for a pint of Guinness, say, or whatever. I've seen some ridiculous things. Like, we're always, Irish people will share receipts of crazy things we see on Facebook groups and Twitter and all that sort of stuff. And we get up in arms. It is a disgrace. Yeah, so every Irish person you ever talk to will say, don't go to Temple Bar. Because walk through it. There's some interesting sights to be seen in there, but don't hang out there for the night. Just go through it. Go through it during the day. You can see all the things you need to see. Rory Gallagher Street being the main thing. Rob says, yes, Abu, congrats on the new guitar. No, yeah, absolutely. Congrats on the new guitar. Chris McCoke says, Dave, can I come stay over? Canada is out of control. I need a break. What makes you think Ireland is not out of control, sir? We have got some interesting stuff going on here. Sir, dude, my friend, if I had anywhere to put you, I would allow you to come and stay. Absolutely. I don't really have enough room for myself right now. But let's know. If you're coming over, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Just looking here. This is the spare room / office / YouTube studio / library. So this is where any guests would stay. I don't know where, like, I don't know how tall you are, but I doubt there's enough room for you to lie down in here. There's boxes, there's books, there's more boxes. There's a bed, but it's on its side, so it's not much use to anybody. Anyways, yeah, let's discuss it. If you get here, let me know. See what I can do for you. Andrew says, I think I need to oil the fretboard. I think you mentioned you got the guitar second hand, so it's not a bad idea to give it a clean down and yeah, oil the fretboard for sure. Change out some strings on it, and it'll feel like brand new. T says, get out of the capital. It's getting very rough up there from what I hear. I haven't been to Dublin in years, but yeah, I have heard a few reports on the news. People actually heard tourists getting targeted, which is not great. But I think if you're smart, stay to the main areas. Don't be going down alleys by yourself. Don't be going to dangerous areas. You know, a dangerous area, there's nobody there. So stick to the main thoroughfares. You'll be fine. Around the center of the city, I think. Richard says, I don't want to be in a foreign country and busy with a hangover and jet lag. You know, I get you. But it is one of those things that it's what do you call it? It takes a day or two to recover from that. So yeah, if you control yourself in the bars, awesome. But definitely experience the bars. It's definitely worthwhile. Let me see. Abdu says, people said it was rosewood. Would it be hard to tell? Rosewood is, I'm not going to say darker. Yeah, probably darker. Depending on how dry it is as well and all sorts of stuff. So, it's the idea is, I don't really want to say the differences because I'll get them wrong because I haven't looked at it like that in so long. But both of them are fine. Laurel is fine. It's not. I don't want to say anything negative about it because I actually don't mind it. I think it's fine. Rosewood is the next best thing you can have, and then it's between rosewood and ebony. I think are the two best in my opinion. Obviously, if you're something like a Strat or a Telly, maple's acceptable as well, but not on an SG. So there you go. But anyways, I'm sure somebody has thrown in the differences or what people think is the differences. Rob says, doesn't surprise me. Every new guitar I've had, 5 now, has needed fretboard conditioning. Yeah, it's always worth taking that step, clean it down, and condition it for sure. Christian Pogue says, my great great aunt's name was Rosemary Wood. No fooling. Very good. All right, Rosewood. Nice. I like it. Andrew says, has the I ate Queen been to visit the goal? I don't know. He says, my son went to college in Galway. He loved the place. Only been there twice myself. Great spot. Yeah, Galway's a city. Again, it's a long time since I've been there, but it is one of those cities that there's always something going on. There's a bit of crack out in the pubs and stuff like that. There's good atmosphere. There's always some music. It's a great musical city as well. There's lots going on in Galway. Brilliant place. Must get back there actually. It's been a long time. And you can of course head down and see the Atlantic if you want, if that's your thing. Glenn says, and according to the website, it says Laurel. I think it's very similar to Rosewood. It is very similar to Rosewood. Kind of like a budget alternative that a lot of brands use. I personally think it's fine, to be honest. Some people won't buy a guitar because of Indian Laurel. I think that's just a bit of snobbery, to be quite honest with you. It's fine. And now we're going to have a tone wood debate, aren't we? Even a tone fretboard wood debate, which I'm not going to get too involved in. Rob says, yes, it would be silly to only visit a country's main city. Best parts will be the rest of the country. Indeed, that's true everywhere. From my experience, definitely in Ireland. Definitely 100% in Ireland. Ryan says, Stephen's Green and Grafton Street has a lot of great buskers playing music. Absolutely. And some of them have gone on to be really well-respected artists, people who've busked on Grafton Street in particular. People like Rodrigo and Gabriela. I believe they were discovered busking in Grafton Street. There's all kinds of different buskers and stuff. They get a lot of YouTube hits over there as well. And you have people like, what do you call it? Who else play? Paddy Casey, if you know who Paddy Casey is, he was discovered busking there as well, I believe. And if you've ever seen the film Once, the fella played by Glenn Hansard, he's busking on Grafton Street in that movie. It's a very good movie, actually. Quite enjoyed it the couple of times I've watched it now. Made by the great John Carney, who's a wonderful film director, by the way, and has a new film coming out soon. You should go watch it. Don't know what it's called. Something. It's about music. It's an Irish movie about music. It's probably John Carney. Ryan says, Stephen's Green. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, good stuff. Hail Mary Recordings. Greetings from Northern Illinois, USA. Great to see you, Hail Mary. Hope you're doing well. Scott says, my ancestors had a castle in Galway. It's a bank now, I believe. Scott, why didn't you keep the castle? That would have been cool. We could have had Chord Dave live 100 live from the castle, but now we can't. Can't do that now. So I don't know. Actually, that's the first time I thought about we could do Chord Dave live on location somewhere for the 100th episode, and it's in 4 weeks. Jesus, how can we do it? Where can we go? Probably within Ireland. Let's keep it real. Anyone have a castle they could put us up in for the 100th episode? Just a thought. Jess says, Dave, it's your marketing manager here. The Rolling Rock t-shirt is a goer. Thanks, Jess. I do appreciate you being my marketing manager. It's just so nice to have the support. I like it, Jess. Thanks. Rolling Rock t-shirt is a go. I don't even know how I can do that, but I'll try and figure it out. Let's see what we can figure out. It does sound cool. It does. Richard Clark says, do you know what wood does not float? Natalie, oh my God. You can't say that on YouTube, sir. You can, but people be all up in arms and stuff, and well, let's just leave it there. Okay. Atvo says, do I just use lemon oil to oil it? Yeah, what you want to do, the trick with lemon oil is not to put too much on it. You want to just lightly cover it, not so much. Just put a dab here and there. Don't pour it on. Don't put too much on. A lot of people over saturate their fretboard. Some people like that, but it takes longer to to dry and stuff like that. Like I don't like to do it. I just put just enough. You can tell when it's all covered. We have another super chat from the very interesting, good young man, Muddy H2O. Says, I'm not a fan of Pau Ferro or Indian Laurel. That's why I only buy Chibson's Real Rosewood. Call me a snob if you'd like, David. Sir, I know you have not got a Chibson in your collection. So I call bullshit on what you're saying there. But I will still call you a snob, and you know why. But yeah, that is in relation to many other YouTube videos we've talked about. I'm not gonna shit on anyone for having Chibsons because I've got some. Uh, but there's been some laughs had over certain channels' obsession with Chibsons lately. And I gotta say, here's what I would say about it. I don't actually think there's too much wrong with buying a Chibson if you want one. I do have a problem with people trying to pass them off as the real thing or better than the real thing, because I've had a few Chibsons down the years, and while some of them have been fun and some of them I've shown on the channel here, none of them have been better than the real thing. Coca-Cola is always better. I mean, Epiphones are always better. Gibsons are always better. Yes, Gibson and Epiphone both have their problems from time to time. Yes, they have QC problems, but let's be real. If you're buying a guitar that's $300, €300, it is not going to be better than a $3,000 Gibson. $3,000 Gibson might need a little bit of work, but that Gibson's going to need a shitload more work. Because let me tell you, those pickups are not very good. They all come with terrible potentiometers. And if your frets are good, you got lucky. So yeah, I have nothing against Chibsons, and I know I'm going off topic here just because Money mentioned it. I just want to say there are a couple of channels that have lately been saying Chibsons are the greatest things in sliced bread, and I just want to say they're not the greatest things in sliced bread. Let's be realistic. They're fine for what they are, but just don't be trying to tell people they're better than the real thing, because they're not. And that's the end of my TED Talk. So thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Let's get back to the chat. And Jess says, make the Rolling Rock happen. All right, well, I'll have to research it and see what I can do. Let's see. Join the Facebook group and I'll put up some preliminary designs there when I have some. Which could be tomorrow, or it could be in like 3 months. Who knows when I'll get to these things. I'll try though. I'll try to remember that. Because 2 people have said it. It's a winner. Let's see. Maniz Hurt says, I was in Portland, Oregon this week for work. A busking band was going off. Drums, bass, guitar with SG and vocals was great rockin' work music. Very good. A lot of my company work in Portland, Oregon. So the ones that go to the office there. There's an office there. There's an office in Dublin. There's an office somewhere else in Europe and somewhere else in America. Maybe New York. I don't know, but a lot of folks in Portland, they all say it's a great place. So, although I don't know if I trust them at the moment, so probably not. Rob F says, all my guitars have Indian Laurel fretboards after treatment with conditioner. They look nice and dark. Yeah, Laurel's a great wood. I like it. My niece says, for more Irish people, go to the country. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Anywhere outside Dublin, you'll find more Irish people. Lots of Irish people in Dublin. Just, more authentic Irish people. Keep using the word authentic today. Don't know why. Must have woken up and felt like Mark Agnesi. Advo says, I got my Epiphone SG Special Iomi quite cheap and new like. It's a very cool guitar, that one. So yeah, congrats. I feel like it's a very cool it's a very cool pickup for you. Christopher Coburg's comment has me laughing. Go to Portadown, hit a local pub. Can't go wrong. Not going to get drawn into that one, but thanks, Chris. If we don't see you after you do that, we know what happened. What products do you use, Rob F, for boards? I just use this one, by the way, just as if you want to know. Lemmy fell over, probably drunk. The Fretboard Ultimate Lemon Oil. And as you can see, this bottle is quite full still because it doesn't take a lot. You need a little bit. I think that's a mistake most people make when they do that for the first time, is they use too much. So just use a little. There's probably videos online of someone doing it correctly. So check those out. That'll be my um, recommendation. Ryan says, yeah, T, usually spend a day or two there when I go over. I got some cousins there. All my family are in Dublin or South Armagh. There you go. Both interesting places to stay. Richard says, where in Illinois to Hail Mary recordings? I grew up in Illinois and I'm in Davenport right now. Indeed. Asteroid Coming says, Limerick has the best poets. Current poets or just of all time? It's an interesting question. It's quite an interesting city, Limerick, for many reasons. Interesting Chord Dave fact. When I was younger, I became a fully qualified basketball coach when I was 16. I was just gone 16, like 16 and 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. And I did all my basketball coach training in Limerick at the university there. I was the youngest person in Ireland to ever do that. I don't know where I ranked in the world, but quite young to get fully qualified. I could still be a professional basketball coach with that qualification if I could find where it is. I have no idea where it is. And I don't think I want to be a professional basketball coach. So there you go. The NBA missed out on me big time. Glenn says, I use rosewood fretboard conditioner on my guitars, but I have used lemon oil. Also, just don't use oils on maple fretboards. That is very true. Yeah, as long as you're not maple, you're doing all right. Wayne McConnell says, hi peeps. Hi Wayne, hope you're doing well, my friend. Moneyshurt says, I need to figure out how to remove the coating on my maple fretboard. I want to stain it dark. Wow, I don't know. Yeah, not even going to venture a guess on that, because I would tell you and you would end up ruining your guitar. Don't follow my advice on that for sure. Advo says, is finger ease appropriate for Indian fretboard for conditioning? I mean, is that Freddy's? Oh, I got some of that here. I have some somewhere. I don't know where it is. But that should be fine to use. I don't think it's for conditioning fretboards though, is it? Maybe you guys can tell me. I don't know. I like the Dunlop stuff. I like the Dunlop stuff. It works really, really well. I give my guitars a once over with that every few months, whether they've been played or not. To be honest, give them a clean down. And I've rosewood, I've ebony, and Indian laurel as well. So yeah, I would fully recommend it. The Dunlop stuff, it's really good. Rob F says, I like the Music Nomad F1. Have been very happy with results. Music Nomad stuff is top quality. So yeah, you can't go wrong with that, I don't think. Ryan says lots of pregnant teenagers in Limerick too. That is true, sir. That is true. Yeah, and I'd just like to repeat, I have not been to Limerick in a long time. Muddy H2O says, always knew you were certified at handling balls. Quite good at dribbling with balls. Yeah, absolutely. What's one of the many skills that I haven't divulged on this channel. But sir, thank you for the super chat. It's super kind of you. And let me just rearrange my screen here so that I can see. Because once more than 3 super chats comes in, I got to jiggle things a little bit. Yep, I said jiggle things a little bit. Matt says, wow, 100 episodes coming up. All credit to you, Dave. Great community you have built here. Sir, thank you so much. You're as much a reason for building the community as everyone is. All I do is sit here and talk about stuff and read your comments. Obviously, if we were to get into some sort of war with another YouTube community, I would be the supreme leader and commander. Just calling out one particular reference there. But I think we have a pretty cool community. I see some of you guys on other guitar channels and other channels that are not guitar related too. I see you out there in the YouTubes, and it's great to see you guys communicating with each other. Here's the truth when it comes to me and YouTube. I don't really comment on a lot of YouTube stuff myself, which is ironic because I'm always telling you guys to comment on my videos. I tend not to do it. I don't want people from other genres getting involved who aren't interested in guitars on our channel. Just because I've told them that they're actually wrong about whatever they're talking about. I don't do that. I'm just kidding. I don't generally comment, but I do see you guys all over YouTube, and that's really cool to see. And I think we have a great community here. Some really cool people who I'm glad we got to meet because of this channel. And who knows who's going to join the community in the future. And I know Cesar has 3 fake accounts on our community, so we'd love to see him too. And he's not here tonight though, sadly, but I'm sure he'll pop in later. My niece says, "Oh, love a good limerick, indeed." Um, oh, I just got what? And never mind, I just missed that one, didn't I? There we go. Even a good lick. Ah, you can't beat a good lick. Let's be fair. Guitar lick, guitar lick. Um, right, where are we now? I've lost all my comments again. Sorry, guys. Let me catch up. This is the part of the show where I'm like, everyone's gonna turn off because I can't keep my comments straight. Here we go. There, where are we? Still not caught up. Oh my God. Are we that far behind already? Because it's 11 o'clock. Have we got already up to 12? Probably. All right. Some speak there when I was 14. Sorry, Dave, I don't do Facebook. That's okay, man. Yeah, that's absolutely all right. If you're interested in doing our DIY projects competition thing, you can just email me the pictures, and I'll share them with on the channel, probably here on the live stream one night, if that's cool with you. And we'll do votes and stuff like that. You don't have to be on Facebook group if you're not interested in Facebook. That's totally fine. I did see Slash started a new Facebook group this week. Just throwing it out there. Yeah. No, Facebook is a terrible, terrible place. The one refuge for it is the Chord Dave community. I'm on Facebook because from time to time I will come across interesting guitar news there. I've made videos based on stuff I found on Facebook in the past. I've also met some people in communities there that now feed me information about certain things, which is why I'm quite confident in saying other things are not happening anytime soon, and you can't pre-book certain guitars that are coming soon. But we'll talk about those at some point. And by the way, where's Marcia? Why is she not here? I don't see her in the chat. But anyway, let's just crack on. We're probably an hour behind. We'll do our best to get through as many as we can. Rob says, for that matter, I don't do the social media, formerly known as Twitter, either. Again, I'm on there mostly for finding out guitar news, and I do from time to time. And also, you guys feel free to message me on all those platforms if you find my profiles or you see them. And especially if you come across guitar information, because you guys have sent me information, which is really, really good. Some of you guys have sent me top-notch stuff that we've made videos about, or leaked information, or found ways to get more information about things because of stuff you've sent me. So any of the social medias, reach out, because I do get alerts and stuff when I get messages on things. Just don't go mad. And whoever signed me up for all of those spam emails on my email account, thank you so much. I really appreciate the fun I have going through those every day. It's like hundreds of them every day now, so that's great. Thanks. That's one of the things about having your YouTube channel and at the bottom of your description having an email. It's bound to happen. Let me see. Richard Clark says, that was a good video about Scott's SG. I liked it. I thought his playing was really good in it, by the way, Scott. I really did enjoy that video, and your playing was cool. Glenn says, I enjoyed Scott's vid all his vids Saturday with Bogfoot. Saturday with Bogfoot's a very fun video concept. I really enjoy it. Bogfoot himself says, I'm so bad on camera. Next video has a script. Not that it will make it better. Sir, the more you do it, the better you get at it. And honestly, I feel like I can see you improving each video. So keep at it, man. You're doing well. It's just a matter of time. Honestly, you just get more and more comfortable every time you turn the camera on. And then sometimes you get a hit of, I don't feel confident doing this. But Muddy H2O then comes along and picks you up, and you're fine again. That's what happens. But hey, it's all good. Yeah, we have we have similar thoughts on that. But hey, keep it up, man. You're doing great. Chris says the kids, teenagers, just requested spicy nachos. Here I go, I guess. Still here, can't type while cooking. Sounds great, my friend Chris. Yeah, spicy nachos. Sounds great. Wish I could have some. Someday we'll do the live stream live from Chris's kitchen. I think that's gotta happen. Richard says, Glenn Bailey, I like when Zoltan shows up on Scott's channel. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff going on there. Muddy H wrote another super chat, sir. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you all that much. And says, when is Glenn going to co-host? That's a great question. Glenn, when are you going to co-host, my friend? Because clearly Muddy H2O wants you to do so. So let's figure it out and get you on the camera. Glenn has his own channel also that he puts out some very good gear reviews and stuff on. So there we go. Let me see. Chris from Coburg says, or Rob says, Chris from Coburg, beautiful wife, took the kids to Pennsylvania for a Halloween festival. Just me and the dogs and the cats tonight. I mean, that sounds like a good one. Good night, indeed. Um, all right, where have we got? Habs equals Montreal. All right, cool. Habs are the Montreal Canadiens. We're so far back we're talking about that. That was a long time ago. Oh my God. All right. Sorry guys. We'll try and keep up a little bit. Yeah, I'll try and just get through some comments here to get as far as I can. This is when I get panicked then when I try to catch up. T says I got a long sleeve. I somehow pressed small instead of medium. I blamed Mary Jane and Erdinger. Someone is getting three Chord Dave t-shirt for Christmas. Sir, I don't know. I just think small instead of medium. You can make it work. I believe in you. Uh, I don't know how small the small is, by the way. I haven't seen a small in my wardrobe in a long time. Um, there you go. And I know there's an incoming Muddy H2O chat being written right now. He's just typing it away because I said the word. I haven't seen a small. And anyway, it's coming. It's coming. It's going to be good. Set myself up for it. I can't believe I did that. Um, where was it? Marcia says, hey, sorry, I'm late. I have different aid here today, so I had to show her how to do a few things here. Right, Marcia, thanks for joining us. It's great to have you. And I know you've probably been here for about an hour now, so there you go. Great to have you, as always. Ryan says, I feel obligated to support the Leafs because I saw Marner at a dry cleaner and he gave me a nod. Congrats. I don't know who that is. I have no idea about those American sports anymore. I couldn't even tell you too many NBA players, despite divulging my NBA quality coaching qualification. Greg Stimple says, hello from Nebraska. Hello, Greg. Hope you are well, my friend. And what else have we got going on? Rob says, thanks, Chris Coburg. Hope to get the guitar by Thanksgiving. Dylan's will be upgrading a bunch of stuff besides the pickups and electronics. Good stuff. Hope it works out well for you, man. DMAX says Long McQuaid has a Epi 61 Les Paul SG for $350 Canadian. For discount, $999 now. That's a $256 discount in USD. I mean, that sounds to me like the right amount of discount that should be available. Not $500, $600, $700, $800. So there you go. Glenn Bailey with the super chat, sir, thank you so much. Says, I can't co-host from timeout. Maybe if you were to co-host, you get a special kind of timeout. I don't know. But yeah, you never know, Glenn. You never know. I mean, I've tried it. I've tried to not give you a timeout in a long time. So we'll see. We'll see. Just keep up your good behavior. But of course, if you piss Scott off, he can give you a timeout as well. Ashton says, is the Aria brand a good guitar brand? Their new guitars. I haven't seen any of their new stuff in a while, so I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully somebody here will have seen them, so we will see. Marcia says, so did anyone bring up that DG335 rumblings from a certain channel about pre-orders being unofficially possible now? That's bullshit from what I can tell. So, yeah, look, may as well talk about it. So yeah, a YouTube channel did put out a video, I think it was yesterday, I don't know, about the Dave Grohl 335 Epiphone being available for pre-orders. My network of people who tell me things are keeping an eye out for all the Dave Grohl information. They know that it's when I want to put out information before everybody else. The same way I did Slash Epiphones way back when, the same way I've done a few guitars now at this point, put out information maybe not long before, but before a lot of channels started talking about them. I've done it a few times. I want to do this one as well because I like Dave Grohl. I like this guitar. I think it's a cool one, and I'm happy it's coming to Epiphone. So I have people on the lookout for information. I think that guitar channel, I'm not going to say their name, but Marcia will tell you. It's on our Facebook group. I think what they did is put out a video so that when the guitar does drop, which I think is still a while away, their video will already be up. Whether it's this week or next week or in the new year. Their video will already be up for it. There's a lot of speculation in the video saying, I think it might be 12, I think it might be 1400, I think it might be 17, whatever. Speculation all the way. They don't have any information about it. If it was available for pre-booking, the information would be out. We would know what's coming in that guitar, because the network of people who leak that sort of information are looking out for it. So you can't pre-book something you don't know what it is, in my opinion. So anyway, as I said, they could drop on Tuesday or Thursday next week. But my expectation right now is that they're not going to come out until NAMM 24. And it won't just be one guitar. It'll be a Dave Grohl collection. So you'll see the blue one, the gold one, and a white one. And maybe a very limited edition, a black one. That's what I'm expecting. So that's all I'm going to say on that. Feel free to drop those things into our groups and our chat and chat about them. I just from my experience, from my trying to reach out and find out about those guitars, because as well, I think I've had about 100 people reach out to me and be like, can you tell me about those Dave Grohl guitars, any information? And I said no, because I made a video about the Gibson ones, and I kind of teased it for a little while, and people were thinking that I had one of the Epiphones, which I will tell you was intentional. I was just trying to build up a little bit of, oh my god, does this dude have one, just to get people to come and check out the channel, and it didn't work. But yeah, I have my feelers out. As soon as I know anything, I will post it, as you guys know. I would how far ahead was I on the Slash guitars? Like a good month anyway, before those guitars were officially announced. I had all the information on them. The Adam Jones Epiphones, I had all of the information about those like a couple of weeks before they came out. So yeah, bear in mind, that's what I do. I have people who tell me these things. They haven't been 100% correct with all the things lately, but we do our best. So to round it off, I don't think the Dave Grohl 335s are coming this year. I think that video is put up to kind of get ahead of the curve, ahead of everybody else. That's all I'll say on that. And I'm not going to badmouth the channel. I do like him. I did like him. But then people told me some stuff. I wish them well, but I think that video is a bit cheeky. There you go. I make cheeky videos all the time, so who am I to talk? Glenn says PRS has a 20% off all guitars except the DGT. I thought I saw the DGT was in a discount with PRS. No? But yeah, it's a good time to be buying PRS guitars. For sure. SEs, I think they have in the deal, right? But yeah, and SECE is another one we haven't got around to talking about yet. Very nice of PRS to start bringing their more premium, or more, not I suppose CEs, and probably not more premium, but they're different. All their different ranges are making more affordable now, which is a very cool thing. Other companies could do the same. That'd be great. Richard says, it leads me to believe Andertons is working with a 50% margin. Yeah, probably. I think those guitars have a very high margin on them, those ones in particular. I don't think every guitar has that kind of margin on it. I could be wrong. I just don't think that they do. Mark says, I posted in the Facebook group the other day. Yes, you did. I did respond to it on there as well, with pretty much what I've just said. A lot of speculating and rumor. But anyway, they're my thoughts. It's gone cold here today, not guitar related, but anyone on here a fan of teddy bedding? It's cold here too. I'm going to have to look into some teddy bedding. I don't know what that is, honestly. It sounds like something that I should not know about, but we'll find out. Scott says, good thing about L&M is you can warranty anything they sell, new or used. Very cool. That works. Yeah, if you're gonna have guitars that need to be warranted. Gershman says, sweet smell of jazz cabbage. I don't know, but San Miguel's here, so Sláinte. Ryan says, I've got both Supremes and I prefer the new one to play. The old headstock looks dated in comparison. I think so, Ryan. I think it does look dated in comparison, and interesting you like the new one to play. So there you go. Yeah, very cool. Glad you let us in on that. Upstairs to the right says, all true. The so-called Black Friday deals are not as great as one would think. Cheers, Dave. Hey, Mike. Great to see you, man. Thanks for dropping in to say hello to us. And yeah, thanks. I think that's the so-called Black Friday guitars are not as great as one would think. I think that's 100% true as well. Asteroid Coming, do you have any opinion on Eastman guitars? I think they're great, and I have a couple of them I want to add to my collection at some point. Um, yeah, I'm kind of on a not buying guitars thing this year for a number of reasons. I mean, it wasn't until I am. Number one, this thing right here, because I'm not playing as much as I'd like to, although I am trying to squeeze a bit more in from time to time at the minute. And then also the other reason is the what I told you guys a couple weeks ago about a family member having cancer. So I'm kind of, being careful with money because of that, because we may have unexpected expenses, which is fine. Just also just turning around and being like, hey, I just bought a $2,000 guitar. Probably not the wisest of moves when that money could go towards expenses for the whole thing. But anyway, won't get into that right now because it's a subject. But Eastman guitars, think they're great. Checked out a few of them at NAMM this year. Thought they played great in the hand. Really, really nice feel to them. Think they're, everyone I've seen is phenomenal. The 486T, I think is the one I really like, which is a 335 the replica, shall we say? But yeah, that's the one that I want to pick up first. And then I think the Romeo is growing on me as well. I think that's what it's called, the Romeo. Really, really nice guitar. But they play great as well. That's the thing. I got to play a few of them at NAMM, and yeah, they were really, really nice guitars. So if you're on the fence about one, I would say go for it because they're cool. Ben Allmark says, are you thinking about buying it, DMAC? All right, I'll leave that to DMAC to come back to. Mark says, Dave should make a mock-up of his ideal Supreme inlays. Curious to know what he'd like better. Literally, I think they're just, they're fine, but yeah, it's not that I dislike it. It's just something, there's an extra step they could have taken, and I don't know what that is. I'm not that guy. It's like, I think they might have gone with the first design they came up with. It's definitely better than the old Supreme inlay, for sure. I definitely think that. But I think it's maybe that just the red streak that they had on the picture that they posted from the factory. There was like a little just red outline on all of the inlays pieces. And I know it was probably like one of the QC things they do, just make sure that everything's fine. But it looked really good. So I don't know. Throw a bit of red in there. Why not? But yeah, I mean, it's fine as it is. I just think maybe there's something else they could have done. Just jazz it up a little bit. I don't know. But it's not bad. Advo says Yamaha or Boss amp, bass amp, Boss amp, the Katana or the Yamaha. I know the one you're talking about, the THR or something or other. I like the looks of the Yamaha, but honestly, a lot of people love their Katanas, and I think maybe there's a good reason. But the Yamaha is supposed to be pretty good too. I would personally might go on the Yamaha route because not a lot of people have them. Not as many people have them. So that'd probably be why I would go with that. Scott says the old Supreme logo inlay looked like a knockoff inlays. My opinion. Actually would agree with you there, Scott. It does. It looks a little bit knockoffish. So there we go. Where are we? 11:15. All right, 45 minutes. I mean, there's no way I'm getting through everything. So if you've got anything super important, tag me in it, and I'll see if I can, because there will come a time, I think, when I'm going to zoom through chats and try and pick things out. So make sure you tag me in it at Chord Dave. I'll try and make sure to get it. If you're just having a chat with Glenn, for example, a lot of people like talking to Glenn. He's a nice guy. Then that's cool. I might just skip over that one. But if you want to reach out to me, that's how you do it. And of course, anytime super chat comes in, I read that as soon as I see it. So those are the ways to get yourself noticed right now, because I might skip some comments as we go. Richard Virginia says, just ordered a Les Paul Supreme. Can't wait to get it, sir. Congratulations. That's going to be cool. Yeah, listen, no, by the way, just in case anyone's wondering, no hate on the Les Paul Supreme. I think it's pretty cool. I like that they brought it in at a price that's not like, they could have pushed the price on that out a little bit and they didn't. So that's got to be commended. Even though they're not super cheap guitars, obviously. And the headstock redesign, it's not bad. It's just, think it could have been better. And I don't know, I'm not the guy who would design it, but yeah. But it's definitely better than the old one. Let's give him kudos for that. It's definitely better. Rob F says, it's good to see PRS working with all their distributors, unlike Fender, who undercut their distributors by only offering the inventory reduction discount direct via their website. PRS, I will say, seem to work really well with their distributors, and they have less I believe, less restrictions on distributors and what they do and stuff. Like, as far as I know, Fender and Gibson will only let you be an official dealer under certain circumstances, where PRS will be like, yeah, you can sell our guitars. Do you think you, what do you need? What do you want from us? How can we help you sell our guitars? That's what I believe happens. Speaking to some people who own guitar stores and stock PRS guitars. Um, but yeah, they seem to be doing all right. Um, Let me see what else we got here. Edward says, I got tube enough already. Um, Hopefully you're talking about what you call it. Tube amps, not YouTube. Although you can be YouTube enough at the minute. Jess says, I'm not on Facebook, Dave. I mean, it's probably because you're a better character than most of us. Facebook is a terrible, terrible place. If Facebook was a country, it would have been bombed out of it by now by everybody. It's terrible. It's one of the worst places on the internet. But yeah, as I've mentioned, the places for being on there, or the reasons for being there, are the information I get from places. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on it. I don't really interact on my personal page on it anymore. Also, people you don't want to talk to kind of catch up with you from the past. No, thank you. I am on Twitter and Instagram as well, by the way. So you can at Chord Dave over on those things if you're interested. Um, I don't tweet and I don't Instagram very often, but when I do, it's gold. Uh, it's probably not, but I enjoy myself. Actually, on Instagram, I mostly post books I'm reading and with some guitar stuff in the background. And harass Caesar. That's just my Tuesday afternoon fun. Uh, Upstairs to the Right Music says, "Hey there, Mike. It's always great to see you pop in, man. And guys, if you don't watch Upstairs to the Right Music, it's a great YouTube channel. You should check it out. He does a live stream on a Sunday, which is always worth popping in. So if you're knocking around this time tomorrow, check out Mike's live stream. And his channel in general got some very good stuff. Did a great video with Colin from Guitaristas recently, which, by the way, just shout out love to Colin from Guitaristas all the time. One of the best YouTube channels there is, not just guitar YouTube channels in general. He should be the new Mr. Beast. He's catching up. That's all I will say. DMAX says to Ben Wallback, I thought about it, but I don't think so. I've already got 2 SGs. I'd recommend it though. You can never have enough SGs, right? That's my opinion. T says, forgot to hit Offie last week. Found Christmas present in cupboard. 2 bottles of Golden Drac, 10.5%. Went down easy. Found a bottle of Moe as well. Another gift. I'll keep that for the 100th show. That sounds appropriate for the 100th show. T, yeah, thanks, man. Great to have like a nice old gift stashed away for those times when you forget to go to the Offie. So yeah, good. Abu says, do any of you buy guitar magazines? Not anymore. Obviously used to back in the day a lot, but no, not anymore. It's been one of those things that I think has faded as technology has grown. The last few years in particular. Interestingly enough, at NAMM, they had loads of free issues of like Premier Guitar and Total Guitar and Guitar Player and what's the other one? Guitarist magazine and all those kinds of. They were giving out free copies of all those things. Which is probably the first time in about 5 years I touched any of them. So there we go. Yeah, I mean all their content's online now weeks beforehand anyway, and all the stuff that they talk about is probably old news, very old news by the time those magazines come out now. It's been discussed by people like me weeks before the companies even want you to. A lot of the times. So yeah, like Rob says here, no magazines here, but then I didn't play guitar between the ages of 14 and 58. I mean, there you go. Why, it's not a problem. Not a problem. That is, the optimal time to start picking up guitar again. But I would say guitar magazines, like I bought them for years. Same with film magazines. I've bought like Total Film and what's the other one? What's the other big film magazine? Empire and Total Film. I bought every month religiously for like, I don't know, 10 years. And then they just became so bad. Like they're not paying their journalists, I don't think. So they're not getting good people. And then and then guitar magazines as well. I used to buy them. You used to get really good stuff. You'd even get good tabs and stuff out of them. The last time I checked a guitar magazine, there was nothing of use in it really, that I hadn't seen online weeks beforehand. So I just kind of gave up on them. But hey, Someday the internet will go down, technology will be gone. There'll be no YouTube, no internet, no Twitter, no nothing. And people who have magazines will be the smart ones. In all the areas. I'm not saying anything about anything else, just guitar magazines I'm talking about here. I have no desire to kiss the Blarney Stone, but I do want to kiss Ryan's cute goth cousin. I think we should just be very careful here. So, Ryan says, I'll make a surprise visit to you during the live stream when I'm over, Dave. It sounds great, Ryan. We can have you co-host before Glenn. Uh, let me see. We've got Muddy HO. We had another super chat. Sir, I just want to say, Muddy H2O, and your super chattiness, it saves the channel most of the time. So thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I hope you know I appreciate it. And that's why I put up with all your bullshit most of the time. But I do love you at the same time. Since the new Supreme headstock logo reminds me of Death Star's interior panels. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that a lot. Yes, now I'm never going to look at them in the same way. The Supreme headstocks, that is. Anyways, good stuff. Formerly known as T says, what did come out in guitars this week? Well, you had Fender release their new, is it Highway series or Broadway series? I don't know. I named it whatever it is, which is kind of halfway between an acoustic guitar and an Acoustasonic. They look very cool. They're about $1,000. So that was cool. They did something else as well, didn't they, Fender? There was a few new releases. PRS did this, the PRS SECE, which some other channels did, which was nice. Yeah, those are the two big ones, right, this week. Yeah, I think so. And of course, like I was telling you guys last week, Positive Grid officially announced their cab. It's a 120 watt cab that you can put any of the Positive Grid amps you can plug into and play out of a 120 watt or 140 watt 120 watt, right, amp cab. So even the Spark Go, the little tiny one, you can plug that into the cab, and the Spark Mini and the Spark itself, the original Spark. And then you've got obviously you can put any other amp into it, any other amp head into it as well. So interesting stuff there. I think they're going to $300, something like that. It's not bad, not bad. It's got some power. I don't know how they sound yet. I haven't heard anybody playing through them yet. I think they're actually going to be sent to people in December. So there you go. They look very cool though, and I like them. Positive Grid are always sending me stuff telling me to start using my affiliate link with them. And as you guys know, I don't really like using affiliate links because we had a debacle here at one point with that guitartricks.com, who surprisingly sent me a thing today. They sent to all their affiliates, but it was like, hey, use this link for more money off for your people and stuff. I was like, I don't really trust you guys, so I won't do that. But but yeah, those two companies in particular are always trying to get me to use their affiliate links. So I love them because they're always offering me the chance to make money, I think. Anyway, Ryan says you probably don't unless you like the taste of cider and lip plumper. What? The last thing you said, Ryan, was I'll make a surprise visit during the live stream. Oh, hang on, I get it. You're talking to Glenn because he said he wants to kiss your cute cousin. You never know. Glenn might be into cider and lip plumper. Who knows? Who knows? Also think I know your cousin. I'm just kidding. Rob says, the Money Show, my £9 2-ounce Epi LP will determine if my first Gibson will have weight relief. Fear my 60-year-old back may demand it. Yeah, I mean, the sweet spot for is like £8, I think. But there you go. Ryan says my LP Supreme is £7, 11 ounces, which is absolutely bang on, perfect. Yeah, sounds great, man. Stephen Fraser says just got an Epi SG standard, fantastic, awesome, Stephen. Those are great. Yeah, as you know, I love an Epiphone SG. So yeah, thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for telling us about your SG, and enjoy it because they're great. Muddy says to Ryan, that's a nice weight. I've seen some super heavy ones out there. Ryan says, the new one, I mean. The old one is carved maple front and back and weighs almost 10 pounds. Wow. Yeah, the whole 10 pounds thing would put me off completely. I've had some heavy Les Pauls down the years. And I think that's what makes me not really want to pick up Les Pauls too often. the ones that I've liked the sound of better have been heavy. Um, but hey, the lights are coming. So if you have seen my video about the Les Paul Modern Collection, I think we're still about 3-4 weeks away from that coming out. So keep an eye for that. Maybe around the middle of October, sorry, November. Jesus, forgot what month it was. Advu says, isn't John Mayer amp like a custom one that like $250,000? I mean, I don't know. I actually could not tell you from any lineup whatsoever what John Mayer uses as an amp, but probably that is the true. Rob F says, why would someone bash Bono? Uh, it's just a national pastime. you know, uh, he's around Dublin, you'll see graffiti in places, and people will say, "Yes." Not everybody, but a lot of people say Bono is a pox, as in smallpox. um, yeah, it's just I don't know. I think it's just a joke. He's a bit of a prat, isn't he? I mean, yeah, there's the joke. I just this comedian. I think it's John Bishop has the joke where he's like, went to see U2, and Bono was going on one of his political things, going, every time I do this, a child in Africa dies. Someone shouted up at him, well, stop doing it then. So, like, yeah, he's just a bit of a, just play your fucking music, Bono, and stop all the other shit. That'd be great. Speaking of U2, if you've noticed that the stuff from the Sphere in Las Vegas has come out and looks amazing. Looks absolutely fantastic for a venue. I know a few people who've gone to see them in the last week. I think it's been open. If you notice the stage, there's no amps on the stage. And someone was telling me that I don't know how they're plugging into it or whatever, but every seat has a speaker, has a set of speakers, has a sound system built in. So no matter where you're sitting, you're getting the very best sound you can get. Until, of course, the speakers in certain seats start to go down, because that's bound to happen at some point, and then you can't really hear anything, and your neighbor is having the time of their life. But it looks amazing, and I'm hoping a decent band will play there at some point. And all the U2 fans are just going to kick my ass over that one. But hey, I don't care. I don't care. I can take on 3 people. Ryan says, yeah, Muddy, one guy got one that was £10. Wow. That's amazing. With the ultralight aging or ultra modern weight relief, ultralight aging, sorry, ultra modern. Everything's ultra these days. God damn it. Never mind. Moving on. Just can't even say it. Muddy says, Ryan, insane for chambered guitars. I think so. I think you've got a good point there for once. Scott says, now that Cesar is in command, I think they'll either come clean about the stolen Adam Jones LPs, or if he had nothing to do with it, and put a bigger push on to discover what happened. No, they don't care. I fully expect that to be an unsolved mystery for all time. And then, like, I don't know, in 60 years' time, when those of us who care about it today are gone or don't care anymore, those will go on sale. A batch of Gibsons that were stolen in 2021, whatever it was. 2020? Can't remember. But anything, all those things. Yeah, like in the Gibson, what are they doing now? Well, of course they had the mod shop and they were selling stuff from there, mod collection, whatever. You never know what's going to pop up in there in years to come. Matt Van Bosch says, every time I'm in Ireland, I make a point of standing outside of Dublin Airport with a rock and a sign saying Blarney Stone easy $1,000. Yes, that is a national pastime as well, ripping off tourists. It's not really anymore, but most pubs in the country used to have like a leprechaun outfit, and a short person would wear it and charge people money for tours. I'm just saying this used to happen. I'm not saying I was involved in it at any time. It used to happen, I believe. I heard once. Scott says, if you come to Newfoundland, stay out of Waterford. Okay, interesting. Glenn Bailey says, I usually stand at the Dublin airport with a sign that says, kiss me, I'm an American. Any takers, Glenn? I don't know. I mean, some competition for people wanting kisses at Dublin Airport. I'm just saying. Chris Fiddler says, I don't cook a chili or stew without a can or two of the Agios Guinness. Great to see you, Chris. Thanks for joining us in the chat. And Yeah, chili or stew would kind of give us is a nice way to go. Indeed. Jess says Dublin Zoo is 69 acres of fun. That's a nice fact right there. Jess, I appreciate it from my marketing manager, guys. Please do big up Jess for that one. That's I did not know that it was 69 acres of fun, but that's actually really fun. I like that. Christopher Fiddler says, "Long live the widget ball thing in can." That does make a difference. People say it doesn't, but it does. It really does. And Ryan Burns says Dublin Zoo is fun. I used to go there as a kid. Um, Last time I was there, I had chickenpox. So that was 1992. There you go. Another all the fun three-chord Dave facts coming out today. Uh, oh, if you want another three-chord Dave fact, I know I'm way behind. Here's another one. Let's see if you can guess this one, right? I also fully qualified coach in another sport. This one very different. So basketball was the first one I qualified in. The second one, uh, very different. Beers are allowed in the second one. So what sport do you think I'm also qualified to be a coach in? The winner gets nothing but pride. There we go. Let's see if you can guess what it is. Glenn says 100 episode t-shirt. Kiss me. I survived 100 episodes with Three Chord Dave. And I liked it. You better have liked it. Uh, Chris Miller says bass player from Ontario, Toronto, Ontario. Cheers. Cheers, Chris. Thanks for joining us, man. Great to see you. Toronto, well represented here. So I'm sure you'll be taken in with all of the grace of our Canadian pals. Yeah, lots of Canadians in the group, which is great to see. As always, Ryan says, don't go too far north in Dublin, you'll be all right. As a Southside kid, I would say yes, that is correct. Although Northside has its things, it has its moments, its places, its history. Yeah, just be careful. Don't go too far. That's all I'm saying. Mark says, by the way, I may have to lurk from now on. Don't want you to think I'm being rude if I don't answer. I only want you to think I'm rude when I actually respond, which we do, Mark. We appreciate it so much. So yeah, don't worry. So let me see. Christopher says, my wife is Irish. I would love to visit Ireland. Well, it should be on everyone's bucket list. And this is actual fact. Ireland is the greatest country in the world. A lot of people will say other countries are the greatest country in the world. Anyone who says it's not Ireland is wrong. Not a bias. That's actually a fact. People did a test and found out. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, it's got its problems. Don't get me wrong. But it's also good. Abdu says, is ebony the best wood? I think honestly, I think it comes down to personal taste. Some people like rosewood more. I like ebony and rosewood. I don't if I had a preference. If I'm building my own guitar, I'm going to probably pick ebony. I just like how it looks a little bit better. But that's all it is with me. It's just I think it looks better because it's darker mostly. And but yeah, in terms of playing, I don't have a preference. But some people will be like militant about which one's better. T says, have you tried a Rich Light fretboard? Which is getting into a whole argument right there, and I'm not even going to go into that too much because it's a thing. People hate Rich Light. I've never played it, so I've never played a guitar with it, so I don't know. But I don't know. Some people said it's not bad. I've heard people say it's not bad. I'd have to experience it. I know it's not an actual wood, right? It's not a wood product, so it's a synthetic product, which is always not the best. Ryan says, it's a great place, Christopher. I'm thinking of going back permanently. I'm sick of Toronto. Well, there we go. I'm not going to dig into that because I liked Toronto when I was there, my friends, but I was only there for a short time. Glenn says, I love ebony on a fretboard. It's a little harder wood, but smooth to me. Everything's smooth to you, sir. You are a smooth gentleman. Money H2O with a super chat yet again. Sir, thank you. Says, pickle fencing fighting. No, but that's the next one I'm going to be qualified in. So keep an eye out for that on the channel. I'll make a video about it at some point when that happens. So there you go. Ryan says, Rich Light is amazing. I have it on my Les Paul Custom. It looks like ebony. It's as smooth as anything and also doesn't dry out and have fret sprout. There you go. Positive comments about Rich Light. Again, I'm not saying one way or the other because I haven't ever played it and I haven't ever had a guitar with it. So it's good to have someone like Ryan who has had it, who has it. Can tell us. That's good. Matt Bosch says, nothing wrong with Laurel. Maybe light looking, but you can be fixed with a little wax or stain. Yes, yes, indeed. I agree. I think Laurel's perfectly fine. Advu says, do they make ebony fretboard nowadays? They do. Yeah, absolutely. Lots of different models will have an ebony fretboard. Rob F says it's subjective. I think it's subjective. Some people like rosewood, some people like ebony, some people like maple best. That's, yeah, subjective. It is really a subjective thing. You're 100% correct, I think, there. And Glenn says, yes, ebony is making a comeback, which I'm not saying it's completely because my Flying V has an ebony fretboard, but it's very like 80% of the reason as to why that's happening for sure. I mean, it's probably not, but you know. Does Fender have a rosewood now or not? Yeah, I think they do. If the price is right, everyone has rosewood. I mean, that's probably true. Yeah, rosewood is fine, isn't it? Rob says legal rosewood has to be verified. Chain of ownership is getting more difficult for manufacturers to find and more expensive. And all they do is pass on the. I mean, look, if they've got an $800 markup, which is half the price of the guitar, they can easily afford it. It's fine. Because those guitars have ebony, don't they? Okay, never mind. Price points determine what fretboard material they offer. It can do. Pau Ferro is terrible in my opinion. Laurel is actually decent. And I think a lot of people would share that opinion. Pau Ferro gets a very, very bad time in the press. Laurel's fine. Absolutely. Love ebony myself. Me too. My Flying V has a beautiful board on it and plays great, feels great. Also have some really nice fretboards on my SG, which is, I think that's Laurel as well. That plays really nice also. So yeah, my Fender, I'm doing this because it's behind me. You can't see it because it's low. But my Squire Telecaster has rosewood on it, and that's a beautiful guitar as well. Beautiful rosewood. I could pick it up, I just don't want to. Ryan says ebony or rosewood is the way to go. I can't get used to maple. I wouldn't want maple on an SG or a Les Paul for sure, but I do think Strats look better with maple. If I was going for Strat, I'd want maple on it. But then again, Rory Strat had rosewood, right? So that's probably the Strat I will go for if they eventually do a Mexican one. Holding out for that. Probably buy a Strat next week. That's different. But hey. Abdu says the guitar shop paid $60 Australian for each Gibson. Well, there you go. Anyways, let's try and get through a little bit. Formerly known as T says 11 minutes to 11. If you don't get to this, you need to be doing a longer show. I mean, what'll happen there, the show is going to be 2 hours. That's how long the show is going to be at most. And there will be times when the show will be 1 hour. Like some weeks it's going to be an hour long. That's just what's going to happen. I think possibly we bring in like once a month, it's going to be a 1 hour show. That's likely to happen. No changes until after the 100th show. 101st we'll come up with some plans. But yeah, likely once a month, a 1 hour show. 2 hours is going to be the max. But as we get more popular and we get more people coming and we get more chats going and stuff like that, it's just going to be that I can't read all the comments that are in the chat. Like we're having that tonight. And I think that's where we are tonight. But we definitely have a lot more chats coming in. I mean, it was not that long ago though, where like there was a week where the chat there was less people in that day. I don't know, there's lots going on in the world. It's possible. And, I was trying to make up time. So we're still not there. We're not on the Phil McKnight level. So don't worry about it. We'll get through as many as we can. But 2 hours is definitely going to be the max show. Because, I got to pee from time to time. So just keep that in mind. And I don't have a co-host yet. So not until Ryan comes over and I rope him into it. So there we go. Daniel Sillaru, good to see you. Daniel says, want a cheap guitar by Senstar. Senstar? I don't know them, but if you want it, it must sound good. There's a lot of really good cheap guitars at the minute, so yeah, we're in a golden age of budget guitars. Let's just put it that way. I think that's fair to say, but I'll have to look them up, Daniel. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure which brand I do. I probably have seen them, but not ringing the bell. Um, let's see. Richard says, Daniel, I actually heard SynthStar isn't too bad. I would like to hear about it if you get one. Well, there you go. Yeah, not 100% familiar with them myself, but sounds like they've got a good reputation going. Martian Murray says, Rob, I imagine you have a light grip and thus won't feel the Paro fretboard. I mean, there you go. I don't know. I don't know what that's what to say there. Um, Anyways, Scott says, I'm a 50-50 on Ebony and Rosewood. Depends on the guitar most times. I'm super impressed by Indy and Laurel. Yeah, I think that's fair. Um, Daniel says, I just got one week ago and mine's really good. Excellent. Great to hear. Rob F says, yes, playing eights leads to a light touch. Nothing wrong with playing lighter gauges. That's pretty cool, yeah. What do you call it? Billy Gibbons plays, what does he play? Muddy sevens? Eights? I don't know. I play nines in most everything. So there we go. Robert is here. Great to see you, Robert. Says morning, Dave. Morning, one and all. Hope your part of Australia is keeping well today, Robert. Thanks for joining us. Hope your Sunday morning goes well from here. I mean, it's a great way to start your day, right? Joining Chord Dave live. Why not? Rob F says, I don't even know where. I'm not even sure I could tell the difference between the various fretboard woods. For me, right now, it's just about the color of the wood. Lots of people choose their fretboards like that. A lot of people don't even look at their fretboard. Don't even care what it is. So don't worry about that too much. When you get into it a little bit, it will, you know, stress you out because you can be like, fretboard's not perfect. I'm not buying that guitar. Honestly, it's happened. I've seen people in this group giving out about fretboards. But anyway, it's a whole thing. It's where was I? Where was I? Again, it's happened. I've lost all of my chats. It's coming. I've seen a few things I want to, as I scroll back up the list, a few things I want to say though, or bring up in the conversation. Where did I say? I'm going to skip through a few anyway, but let me see. Daniel was there. Martian Murray. We've got Scott Bugfoot. We got Robert from Australia. There we go. Jess says, Dave, I got a qualification in coaching squash for children, but I can't play squash. I mean, that's fine. One of the sports that I can coach, I am not excellent at. Let you guess which one when you find out what the next one is. Rob F says, excellent point, Rico Dave. No reason to be negative, especially on one's online comments. Yeah, sir, that's what I find. I mean, I find what I will do is if I find something is negative, if I can't put it in a constructive comment to try and help the person, I won't say it. If I feel like somebody's saying something that's wrong, I'll just be like, hey, I think maybe that might be. And here's the thing. If they want to dismiss what I say, that's fine. But it's very rare I will find something negative that I feel like I have to say online. But thanks, sir. I do appreciate that. What else have we got? Let's see if we can skip past. I saw some very interesting, fun comments. Let's see if we can get through there. Right. My knees hurt is there. Got some adulting done. There you go. Poor Lemmy. I mean, I'll probably pick him back up. He's at a rest now, so there you go, Lemmy. Eddie in the back. He's okay, folks. He's okay. Ernie B is here. Great to see you, Ernie. Been a while, my friend. So just in case you get to the end, happy Saturday to you, Dave and crew. Happy Saturday to you, Ernie. Always great to see you, man. Eric Ainsley says, oh no, I just got here, but it looks like he's so far behind I can't scroll high in the chat. Poor guy, tough gig. Thanks, Eric. Hey, I got here. We got 15 or so minutes, so I should get through a lot, but I'm not going to get to the bottom, I don't think. But thank you guys so much for being so active in chat today. It's great to see all you guys every week, and I do love it. Ricky Compton's here, says, hey, Chord Dave. Hey, Ricky, great to see you, man. Aria makes nice guitars. I tried the Tribute Rosewood Telecaster. It's a really great guitar. There you go. Cool. Chris Wild is here, says, you have $500 to spend on a guitar. What are you picking and why? Do I have to buy new or am I buying secondhand also? Um, for me, I think that's a really good thing. If you're just buying the guitar, really good kind of competition. I would probably look at some other brands like I'd look at probably Harley Benton. I think they do some great stuff for that money, plus have money left over. Um, so yeah, I think they've got obviously they have a special offer on. I think it's ending today actually for their. I like their Les Paul Special, Les Paul Junior style guitars. I think those are pretty cool. I'd look at those. I think they're only about 200 and something. Um, their Les Pauls are kind of cool as well. I like their CST 24s. So you got some good stuff there if you're on Thomann, also on Reverb as well. If I was going with say an Epiphone or a Gibson style, I would probably go with an Epiphone Les SG Special P90s. Of course, is my favorite guitar. Um, yeah, that's probably where I would go, to be quite honest with you, Chris. Great question. I mean, look, we could have a whole 2 hour show about $500 guitars. I will be doing a video fairly soon about uh, different guitars at different price points that people could buy as holiday gifts or whatever. Maybe you want to buy a holiday gift for yourself. I don't know. I do that because nobody buys me gifts anymore. But it's not true. I just like buying myself stuff that I know I will enjoy. Yeah, $500 guitars. There's a lot of gold out there right now. Let's just put it that way. It's a great time for $500 guitars. I'd look at Harley Benton or those Epiphone SG specials. Those are fantastic guitars. And that's my vote for that. Martin Murray says, I'm not a big semi-hollow guy, but I'd like Dave Grohl's. Cool. Yeah, well, you will get the opportunity Epiphone-wise soon anyway. Ryan Burns says, for 500 would be Dan Electro. It's a good shout. Used Dan Electro, yeah, absolutely. That's a good shout, yeah. Used, you can get some very good used stuff for about $500 actually, yeah. Ricky Compton says, Epiphone prices are insane in my opinion. $1,500 for the new Bonamassa SG, insane. I'd like a used USA SG for that money. You can buy a new USA SG for that money, Ricky. So I did a video about it a few weeks ago, and that was basically my takeaway from that guitar. Nice guitar, looks good. Colin did a very good review of it on Guitar. He says, very good guitar. But you're always going to come back to the price point on it, I think. And he's 100% right in what he says there. Beautiful guitar. Looks great. Sounds great. Plays great. $1,500 guitar? No. Just not. Sorry, Epiphone. Sorry, Bonamassa. Lovely. Too expensive. And if we're looking at those Adam Jones, for example, in comparison, if there's a 50% markup on them, then you know it's too expensive. So anyway, I mean, look, they do what they do. It's never going to change. But yeah, Epiphone price for signature models. But again, I've talked about it on the channel. A few people a couple of weeks ago gave me some grief because they didn't believe that we should be saying Epiphone prices are not great. I still think that was Cesar and Mark Agnesi in disguise. But I'm just kidding. But look, again, let's just point out Epiphone's actual, like, inspired by Gibson pricing is actually not bad, and their regular models are actually decent. So yeah, go that route if you're like me thinking that those signatures are just too expensive. But it's not going to change, unfortunately. Let me see. Classic Vibe 50 Strat for me for $500. Muddy says that, but he was also telling me that the Squier Stratasonic was very tempting. And that's under 500, and that's an interesting guitar as well. So yeah, both of those would be good pickups. Ernie B says, I do not have a huge desire 335, but the Dave Grohl Epiphone is a must buy. It will be depending on the price. I feel like if it's close to $2,000, nobody will want to pick it up. Advo says there's an Epiphone for $10,999 new. The Chris Stapleton Frontier Epiphone. Correct, yeah, and I believe I made a video about that when they came out first. The thing I would say about that is, and I wish Gibson would stop doing this, those aren't Epiphone guitars. Those are Gibson guitars. They're made in the Gibson factory by Gibson luthiers, and they just put Epiphone on the headstock. Now, some people will say, blah, 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 Epiphone and Gibsons are made at the same time. I know. Not in the Nashville factory, they weren't. And that's where, actually, sorry, those are being made in Memphis, right? I don't remember Epiphone ever being made in Memphis. Could be wrong. Please correct me if I am wrong. Not expecting too many corrections on that one. But they should just call them Gibson Frontiers, and I think people would accept that a lot more. I still think that's a crazy money for that guitar, but it comes in a really, really nice case. And I saw a dude at the airport with one when I was traveling there in April. Scott says, Dave, you gave me info on the Lazarus so early that I didn't pay the $50 price increase that happened on its release day. You see, glad to help. And somebody messaged me, I think it was Greg messaged me during the week saying he got the Adam Jones because of my advanced information. So appreciate being able to help people like that. That's always good to hear. Ryan says that's a USA made Epi. Yeah, exactly. It's or a Gibson. I just have a thing. I just don't like that they're USA made Epiphones. They should call them Gibsons, in my opinion. Whole other thing, but people get angry when I say that. Ricky says, I think a lot of those Gibsons are Epiphone factory rejects. Then the dudes that work there take them home and redo them. That's been a rumor for a long time, Ricky. And look, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I know that there are, I don't want to say Gibson factories, but I think there are guitar factories that are set up that are basically pumping out replicas of things that are being made in China as well. People go there, get jobs, learn what they're doing, and take it back to the other factory because they make more money doing it for themselves. So yeah, I think there's an element of that though, where they're factory rejects and then they're shipped off to other factories to be worked on. So there we go. Ryan says, I would put the Epi USA line above Gibson for the same price. Interesting. In terms of the acoustics, I don't really know. And I haven't played the Epiphone Casinos that are made in the USA. So, but more than likely, will be respected more, I think. Just the way it is. How many plants do Gibson have now? 2 or 3? Well, they've Memphis, they've Nashville. I don't know if they've Montana. Is Montana closed? I don't think it's closed. No, are they all gone to Nashville? Anyways, isn't it just Nashville and Kalamazoo? Kalamazoo's not part of Gibson anymore, Glenn. It's Kalamazoo is Heritage Guitars now in the old 225. Is it 225 Parsons Street? Yeah, that's where they're making Heritage now anyway. It's something Parsons Street, 22 something, 22 something, yeah. Anyways, let's try and get through some more comments. I posted a pic on the Chord Dave Facebook group of the 2 Supreme headstocks side by side. There we go. Let me see. Trash Layer says acoustic made in Bozeman, Montana. Everything else Nashville, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. Ricky Compton says Kalamazoo plant got bought by former employees and is now Heritage Guitars and they play great. I just hate the headstock. You're not the only one. A lot of people will say that. And it is a little bit daunting indeed. Not daunting. It's a little bit off-putting, that headstock. Jess says, Dave, you need to try Teddy betting. It doesn't sound great, but once you've tried it, you will fall in love. I fall in love quite easily, so I think that's true. So I will look into that. I will Google it tomorrow, and it better not take me to the places the last thing you told me to Google if it was. I had the FBI calling me and everything. No, I'm just kidding. Ricky Combs says, no Gibsons are made in Michigan. I live here. It's the Heritage Factory now. It's the old Gibson factory on Parsons Street. Indeed it is. I took a tour of that plant when I was 10 years old, my uncle, when Gibson owned it. Very cool. That'd be a nice snapshot in history to be able to go back to. For sure. I think PRS has the worst headstock, says Ryan. I don't dislike their headstock so much. It does come down to subjectives. The same way, like the old Epiphone headstock before they switched to the Kalamazoo headstock that they use now, I hated that headstock. Hated it with a passion. Stopped me buying several Epiphones that I thought were quite good and love the new one. Love it. Think it's great. Hope they never change it. Unless they change it to an actual open book Gibson headstock. I think that it would be something that I would approve of too. But I really like what they're doing at the minute anyway. But the PRS one, I have no real problems with it, to be honest. I think it's fine. It's not spectacular. It's not great. It's not no one's going to copy that design, I don't think. But yeah, it's Glenn says, I kind of like the PRS headstock. It's one of those weird things. It's not a terrible one, but I think I can see why you don't like it, I think. Let me see. Rob F says, thank you very much, Chord Dave. Thank you very much, Rob F. And D-Mac says, the Guitarista studio tour was a cool video. I haven't seen it yet, hoping to watch it tomorrow, but I do enjoy his videos every week. So yeah, I'm sure it's a cool one. Um, yeah, I can't comment on it because I've seen it, but Colin's great. Ryan says, Dave, will you wear the top hat and a tuxedo t-shirt for the 100th? I might wear the top hat for the opening of the video. Will I wear a tuxedo t-shirt? I don't think I will, but you never know. I got 4 weeks to figure something out. We'll see what happens. Um, all right, what have we got? It's just hitting 12 o'clock in about 3 minutes. So let's see if we can rush through. I just don't want to miss anybody who's here. So let me get through what I can, make sure to get everybody that I haven't called out yet in the chat. See who else is here. William Forrest says Bono is a twat. A lot of people around Dublin will confirm that for sure. Ryan says the Sphere is the craziest engineering product I've seen. Looks unbelievable from the air. It does look unbelievable. Hopefully someday I'll get to see a concert there. I think it looks phenomenal. Yeah, I'd love to see Guns N' Roses play there. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to hide it from you guys. I hope Guns N' Roses do a residency there. I'll be there if they do. Although I believe the tickets are quite expensive, but it'll be a once in a lifetime experience seeing a show there. I can't see myself going to shows in Vegas very often. Formerly known as T says Pink Floyd would be a good band to see at the Sphere. I mean, yeah, that'll be a fun one. And Laser Floyd at the Sphere would be interesting. Seen some good laser shows actually. Yeah, Pearl Jam probably be a good one as well. I think that'd be great. Um, yeah, that'd be absolutely great. Advu says darts. No, it wasn't a darts. No pool. No badminton coach. No. I'll tell you guys now in 2 minutes. No, those 20 watt hybrids are really great. Good cabs. Jo Bantamps are excellent too. I have their Tweedy, says Rob F. Very cool indeed. They were the Irish League Dolphin Surfing Champion in 1997. I wasn't, no, but I came a close 42nd. Scott Brower says PRS just announced 3 or 4 new models. They may be driving the current SE cell. Yeah, it was the SECE, Scott. Very cool guitars. With the bolt-on necks and everything. They're really nice. I like them. I actually couldn't tell you off the top of my head what price they are because I haven't looked into them too much yet. As you guys know, there's a lot going on with me at the minute, but yeah, hopefully I'll get a look at them tomorrow. I have some time, hopefully, to myself. It's the first in a long time. So catch up with all my YouTube stuff. There we go. Just as I thought, I might be getting close to the end of the thing. Buttload of more comments dropped in, so I will wrap it up here now, and I'll tell you what sport I'm also qualified as a coach in, which I think you might be surprised by. Ryan says, I actually like the Highway series. I think they look pretty cool, to be honest. I'd like to check them out a little bit further. Glenn says, thank you for another wonderful show, because you get mad at me when I say good. Indeed, you better not say good, sir. Better than good. No, thank you, sir. I appreciate it, Glenn. You were so kind, and I appreciate you, man. Rob F says, call me jaded, but I bet there are very few amps that would not sound good through my stack of Zilla 2x12s. You're probably correct, sir. I would not call you jaded at all. For that, let me see. Glenn says, Bono and the Edge walk into a bar and the bartender says, shit, not you two again. Yep. That's a dad joke if ever I heard one, Glenn. So I'm just going to pop that out there. And yep. Let's see, where are we now? We've got Daniel. I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone at this point, guys. Steve Truglio says, hola. Hola, Steve. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us and saying hello. Sorry I didn't get too many of your comments today because we are on such a tight scale. I still don't know how far away I am from it, guys. Probably a lot. $500 on a guitar. How much on an amp? $12. I know, as much as you can. Depends on what you can save. If you buy, say, the Harley Benton specials, you got 300 probably to buy an amp with, so you could get a half decent amp for that. If you buy my recommendation, the Epiphone SG Special, I think you'd still have about 200 and so for an amp. You pick up like a Marshall code. Don't do that. Buy something else, but you could buy a Spark amp for that roughly. Like it wouldn't be much more than 500. But get the Mini maybe, which is not a bad idea. Or even the Go, which is the small one. Yeah, I think you could get some decent stuff. Depends how you want, but yeah, I think so. You see, Daniel says Dave's guitar is going to be $12.99. If you mean Dave Grohl's, I think that's very optimistic, sir. Very optimistic. If you mean 3-chord Dave's, not a hope in hell. Mine's going to be $47.99. $47.99 when Gibson eventually release it in the future. Vincent Doyle says, evening Dave, late to the stream, was out watching the rugby. Dream Guitar is on page 499 of the 1001 guitars behind you. One day it will be mine. I have to see now what it is. Demi's gone again, lads. Come on. When we $4.99. What are you looking for? I like it, man. I like it. It's the Armstrong Cornflake guitar, which I didn't do a guitar wish list for this, but yeah, if you guys want to check it out, from 1978, the Armstrong Cornflake. Maybe I'll make a video about it at some point. I doubt it, but you never know. If I do, I hate to do this to you guys, it'll be on the Patreon, because that's where Guitar Wishlist lives, and eventually I'll get back to making some stuff there. Join the Patreon. It's free to have a free trial, and you can join up for like $3 as well. You get extra videos up 24 hours early, that kind of crack, and all my love and admiration as well. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Tonight's been great. Let me tell you. So, what sport? I don't think anyone guessed it. I didn't see anyone guessing it. The second sport I'm a qualified coach in is 10-pin bowling. Yes, or just bowling if you prefer. Qualified in both of those sports when I was under the age of 18 for reasons. Coached both of them to quite a successful level as well. Anyways, guys, it's been so much fun tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. We had a great chat. Thank you to everybody who dug into the chat there. Thank you for all the super chats and stuff like that. That was super cool. You guys are, honestly, I believe, the greatest community on YouTube. There are other good communities on YouTube. They're not as good as this one. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. My name's Chord Dave. I'll be back in another guitar-related video very soon. But until then, take care. Yeah, let's go take care. All right, see you guys.